Alright, hey guys, so let's see. According to that thing, as I said yesterday's video, if you follow every day, yeah, I slept. Still not completely recovered from that one, but enough to do this today. So, I saw the thing and it said running backs. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. So I'm sitting here, we're looking at in 2 days, 285 votes. I've put in, that's a lot of votes, actually. It's a good poll. 66% running backs. So, we have close things here with a tight end and center, but they're not leading contenders. Like, their center is 12%, tight end is 11%. Obviously, in the next poll, I'll be taking running backs out because I already did it, and I'll probably put in, we'll see how things go. But this also looks like a giant middle finger, but you know what? That's just me. So, the people have spoken! This is literally democracy right here. You guys, I posed a question with 5 options, so better than the United States elections, and you guys overwhelmingly chose one, so cool. I went and found the Fantasy Football NBC Sports rankings for running backs for 2019, Week 13. This was published November 27th, 2019 at 10 p.m. I'm not sure if that was the local time or my time. But this was posted 2 days ago. And so it says Week 12 is in the books and the rosters are beginning to take shape. Cool. That's it. So this is like how the stats are going, then the teams are going up against. Does that make sense? Anyways. Oh, look. Tight end and wide receiver rankings, Week 13. I could bookmark these, that I have those for the future, in case, maybe people pick tight end. It's going to be awkward finding a center if that comes up next. But, the line. Anyways, so we're going to go backwards on this list from 10 to 1. Because, well, yeah, that's just how I'm choosing to go. And like I said, this is ranked by fantasy, so this is how they're doing, but only recently. So, for example, if I had went like this one on quarterbacks, when I did quarterbacks, if I did the top 10, Kyle Allen probably wouldn't have been in there because he didn't have a really great week and he only played 1 game. So he didn't have good fantasy stats. Anyways, so this is these are the running backs on the tip of everybody's tongue, if that makes any sense. So anyways, moving on. First thing, number 10, Saquon Barkley. I gotta say, the single eye thing, I'm old enough, it makes me think of Left Eye from TLC. His shoulder pads fit him well. Got a nice little proportion face. He looks good. I mean, this is obviously a picture of him during a game. Not everybody has the best looking makeup, and sometimes they look a little flushed because the sun or anything and whatnot. But that's not. We're here to look as how they look as football players, right? Not how they look on their Instagram with filters. Being running backs, there's a lot of guys with. He's got a lot of pictures from Penn State that I could have rated, but this is NFL, so. But yeah, he's definitely a hunk. I'd like to see him. I see him in the away jersey, and it does. It actually kind of brightens his face up a little bit. There's one down here, like I said, before. We're sticking with home jerseys to see how that does, but honestly, he looks better in the away jersey. The white contrasts very well. Let's see, what we got? Ranking 1 is please, God, no. And number 10 is I have lost all rational, intellectual, higher brain functioning, and I'm working on hormones right now. I guess 6 out of 10. He's above average. I mean, I've seen some really ugly people, and I've seen some smoking hot ones. Big scale. So we'll go with 6, maybe 6.5. We'll go with 6.5 because the away jersey brings it up that little bit. But this picture specifically is a 6. Derrick Henry for the Titans. Well, I just got to say, there are a lot of pictures that I could find. And some of them just don't. like he's turned halfway away like this and he's smiling. It's got all the great things going, or he's from college or from high school. But then I saw this picture and I just like, a man with a sword. You know, and you know what I mean? And then on top of that, doubled numbers. Maybe it's just me, like, you know, this doesn't go anything against, like, the ones that don't have it, but there's just something in my math brain that likes the repetitive numbers. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, that sort of thing. Like, it's one of those things, like a center could be hotter than another one by just going from 66 to 65 in numbering. Like, that's it. It's weird, but doubled numbers are, and, oh, he's got a sword. It's just, like, this, I'm trying not to look at the sword, but yeah, it's, the sword makes it a 7. I'm looking at some of the other pictures. He's got a nice little smile. The beard's a little patchy. The shoulder pads fit him well. I would hope so, NFL. Yeah, not so keen on the really long hair. I had long hair once, and I just don't, not my thing. I do think he looks better in the light blue Titans rather than the navy blue Titans. So like, in this picture, the top of his shoulder and around the sleeves, that color, but when it's the full thing, I think that's their color rush. But like, if you could take this picture and change it to that color, yeah, that would be, that's 7. 7.5, 7 without the sword. The sword adds 0.5. This took a bit to find. I wound up actually searching, I think, Le'Veon Bell Jets wallpaper, because I couldn't find many helmetless pictures of him. So obviously this is a stage photo. This isn't like coming off the field. He definitely reminds me of a certain somebody, and the green is, I don't know why. The New York, like, green is not a weird, it's a very neutral color, and it works well on a lot of people. I'd prefer if he was maybe wearing like tight sleeves rather than loose sleeves, like this in this picture. But it's definitely, he definitely has some seducing eyes and whatnot. But yeah, like, it's really hard. And like, there's a couple other pictures of him in the home jersey on the field, but he's one of those that wears a skull cap, so I don't get the full idea. But yeah, I gotta say, he's an 8, actually. Josh Jacobs of the Raiders. The Raiders look like one of those teams that went through and did like their, like I think a handful of teams, like 3 or 4 of them, did GIFs, reaction GIFs. Panthers are one of them. That's why it was kind of hard to find. That's why, anyways, so a lot of these pictures that I were finding of him with like upper body, shoulder pads, helmet were those, and that's like, that kind of sucks because I would have been repeating the same image over here. So I found this one. I gotta say, like, his eyebrows seem a little bit high. Like, mine kind of go straight and they seem kind of flat. But, and maybe he's just doing this, but they seem like they arch up a bit more than they actually do. But whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just my previous teams, but I'm just like not liking like a full black look. I'm not saying that people, gotta say that I do think I look better in the black, all black, than I did in some other things. Seen other pictures, and I'm looking at other pictures, away jerseys and stuff, and I could say he's got a fit body, but then again, he's an NFL player. They're literally paid to have fit bodies to be athletic. Like, to find a morbidly obese lineman in the NFL, like, their BMI might say that, but they're large and got muscle. Like, it's, they gain weight with muscle and stuff around it. It just, yeah. So, can't really judge the fitness because these guys are paid thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be fit. But yeah, like I said, just average, 5. Leonard Fournette. This is not the greatest of picture, but it's the only picture I could find helmetless smiling with the Jaguars, and I'm just like, the thing that gets me about this whole thing is the all beard bald head. It's just like, I understand people smile weird. I don't really care about the braces. You know, more power to them for getting, you know, putting the personal care in to get things fixed. All beard, no, like, it's, maybe if he had like a ball cap on, would be better, but still, I'm not a really big beard guy, which might be a bit awkward when I start rating like linemen, because they love their beards, but it's just not, I'm gonna have to give this a 4. I mean, I like the Jaguars colors. They do complement his features, but overall the whole look is like, meh. Anyone is a personified Ewok, it's this guy. He's got chubby little cheeks. It just like, I don't know why. Like, the first time I saw him, and, you know, I think it was especially when he was looking at the camera and he was doing the little, like, shoveling in his mouth thing, I just thought, and it just made me think of, like, a close-up face to Wicket. And I was just like, oh, no, you look like an Ewok. And then, like, the very next day, I started seeing the memes on Facebook, and I was like, oh, no. But, yeah. And to be fair, Wicket was designed to be cute. I mean, that's sort of the thing. Obviously, he's, you know, we'll go with what we see in this picture. He's got, you know, not necessarily the most well-defined abs. Fine. So one thing is like, why are there some people that, especially in some of my channels, they're like, oh, look at that belly fat. First of all, you know, when you're like linebacker or running back, you want more mass. So you got a little bit of pudge around your waist. Okay. But like, it's just, I mean, he's on this list, so he obviously doesn't have bad stats. He might be injured a lot. But, you know, when I know his name, his name gets circled around a lot. Is he cute? I mean, he's like adorable, but that's not necessarily cute. Sometimes his beard gets a little out of control and then it gets bad. Other times his hair is, like, this picture is fine. Combination, maybe tuck in the beard a little bit, but like the hair is fine in this one. Other times where it's just, I like the little tight curls. Watching a little bit on you, yes, too. Gotcha. But Aaron Jones. Now, here's the thing. He looks wholesome. Also, doubled numbers again. He looks like a guy you just want to be friends with. You know, he looks like he'd be a good wingman. Makes sense? Like, the guy that could also be, and the guy that's also cute, that'd help you pick up, I don't know, another guy or a chick. Like, he seems just wholesome and good-natured, and, you know, and that's a level of hotness, you know. Does the long hair, you know, it's not like super long, you know, it's got, you know, that going on. The beard in this one's a little out of control, but it doesn't go like up the side. It's just, I don't know, beard choices recently are a bit awkward. But, you know, that's just me. Other pictures, he like, you know, and this one I'm like, could you, I don't know. I'm still like sitting here like thinking, how do you put a chin strap on under such a thick beard? But that's just me. Like I said, he's definitely good looking, but he's not someone I would make moves on in a bar. So 5.5. Dalvin Cook. Good looking, but a friend good looking. You know, definitely like you go watch a game or do this, that, and the other thing. But yeah, he's not, you know, when the hair's not in the ponytail, obviously, it does help a little bit to the strong, masculine nature. But, you know, when it's pulled back, it kind of reveals a very square head. But, you know, running backs. Don't at me. Alvin Kamara. It's really hard to find pictures of this, but it's just every time I look, I don't know what happened to his eyebrows. I really don't, and it's just the worst. It's probably the lowest. Like, he's rated number 2 on that list, but he's just not. I can't. He may be good, but apparently eyebrows aren't necessary to being a good running back. It's a major turnoff for me. I look at many other pictures of him, like not in pads and just like a suit or press conference or media day or his NFL picture, and they're just like barely any eyebrows there, and it looks like he's had a lot of work done, like kind of like a Joan Rivers Cher look, and that's just not my thing. If you don't know where he's ranking on this list, then you don't know me, and you don't know. Can I name anything down? Okay. The downside to this is that he'd probably be a decent one-nighter. But I've seen interviews of Christian McCaffrey, and he's like, I don't know, he seems dumb as rocks. Like, in that weird, adorable, dumb as rocks way. Now, to be fair, he's like the only white guy on this list. And sometimes his, like, whole praising of God is a bit excessive. And that's a little, but, oh my God. Oy. Jeez, he's number 10. He's a 10. Christian McCaffrey's a 10. If you did not know this was coming from the beginning of the video, you need to watch more of my videos to understand. And it's not just the color, like the color, the doubled number, like I was kind of hinting at it from the beginning. And in other videos, I've always talked that the Panthers just have just a hot blue color. And then I was talking about doubled numbers, like I was trying to lead into the thirst is real! Cool, that's that. That's running backs. And they're, that's the top 10 of week 13. If you guys do have other positions, I'll put up a poll probably next week sometime, and we'll put one in. We'll do another one next Friday, and yeah, because like I've already got the list of like tight ends and wide receivers, so I might do tight ends because they're easy to rank and not centers, but I really do want to do centers to give the big boys a look, because sometimes big boys are just super adorable. Not just go after all the skinny guys. But anyways, I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.